following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 22 in season number 4 of the NRLOA Turkey Hill Series. We are here at the Chicagoland Speedway, one of the best mile-and-a-half racetracks in all of NASCAR, for NRLOA 3 I should say, not for all of NASCAR. It was pretty good this year in real life, but either way, it's going to be a great race here from the Chicagoland Speedway in the Diet Mountain Dew. 340 laps of action around this mile-and-a-half racetrack where the outside lane can work off of turn number 4, but the turns 1 and 2, the inside lane kind of works. A lot like Las Vegas, but a little crazier. And I'm definitely looking forward to this entire weekend here for the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series tomorrow night. The last night races of the season. Actually for the Turkey Hill Series, I think we still got one more at Auto Club. But it's going to be the last night race of the season tomorrow night for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So the last time you're going to be seeing the Turkey Hill Series on a Thursday this year, and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series on a Friday. But either way, we're here for race 22 of the season. Only 7 races remain until we crown a champion at Homestead the end of September. And this is how they line up in the point standings coming into tonight's event. Alex Bonsignor still holding on to the points lead. 517 points towards the championship for him. Sebastian Kukulon is only 1 point behind him, however. And Kukulon got a very good run at Darlington 2 weeks ago to put himself in that position. Nick Smith, the Indianapolis winner from a couple of weeks ago, is only 3 points behind. Dale Salzman is 15 points behind. Ryan Madden and Isaac Redman are tied for 5th in the points, both 23 points behind coming into today's event. Redman has the advantage on Madden because Redman has won twice this season. Madden has only won once. So if we had a tie for the point standings, the first tiebreaker would be wins. So keep that in mind if we do have a situation like that at the end of Homestead. And it's very possible we could, the way this season has gone. These points have been ultra tight pretty much the entire season, and it's still anybody's game for this championship. Joe Rutkowski starts on the pole position here at Chicagoland. A great qualifying effort for him. Alongside him, the number 16, driven by Joseph Simwell. Great run for the rookie driver there. They're both rookie drivers starting on the front row. Justin Zeidel has a little bit more experience, and he is still in the championship fight. You know, I wanted to say hunt and fight at the same word, and it would have been height. So, you know, that's just the way my brain works. But he's alongside the guy, he's leading the championship. That being Alex Bonsignor in the 01. He starts 4th in a race where he has won before here in the Turkey Hill Series. I believe it came in Season 2. Season 2 winner of the Chicagoland event, Casey Hoffman, alongside Jamie Lee. That's in row number 3. Alex Russell will be starting alongside the number 0 of Nicholas Wade. And it's Cameron Gage, who has won a Truck Series race here before, starting alongside Eli Bright. They are in row number 5. We'll see where Sebastian Kukulon and Nick Smith are in the field. There's Kukulon in the 42. Nick Smith kind of deep in the field back in here, starting in the 38th position. We'll have to watch out for those guys as this race goes along. It's going to be an interesting one here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. Race 22 of the season, one of my favorite mile-and-a-half racetracks we go to all year long. And it's going to be a great one for the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Joe Rutkowski and Joseph Simwell on the front row. Let's see who gets it done here at Chicagoland. Lap 1 will be led by Joe Rutkowski in the number 1 machine. He pulled out ahead of Joseph Simwell. Simwell stuck up high. Gotta watch out for this. Oh, pretty close right there between Eli Bright and Jamie Lee, but they save it as they exit turn number 2. I will say, I initially tried to record this race at 103% strength. We have toned it down to 99 for this one. 103, we had 4 cautions in the first half of the race. We do not necessarily want that. And I don't think any of these guys necessarily want that here tonight, especially Alex Bonsignor in the 01. He wants to hold on to this points lead right now, doing a good job of that. 5th position right now for the 01, but Joseph Simwell's looking to take that 5th position away in the number 16 as he dives to the inside. Looks like they're calming it down a little bit. Sebastian Cucalon's getting out of this pretty well. He's in the top 20 right now in the number 42. To the inside of Angel Olvera, help from the number 4 of Cookie Helms. Oh boy, and look at just how close they come to wrecking each time they come off of turn number 4. But so far, they're keeping it together, and all that 3-wide mess is getting smaller, but it might just become 4-wide here as Nathan Baird try to get to the inside of Trey Wright. They figure it out, and it looks like they will keep it together here through the Chicagoland Speedway. Back to the front, Rutkowski still holding on to the lead. Here comes Casey Hoffman on Justin Zidell, but you can't really get the inside lane to work off at turn number 4, but you can get it to work entering turn number 1, and Justin Zidell's going to move to the inside of his teammate for the lead, trying to make it stick entering turn number 1. He is going to try to do so, but they're going to remain side by side off the corner. Nicholas Wade on Casey Hoffman. That is for the 3rd position back in there. They're side by side for 3rd. They're side by side for the lead. Now Zidell, the smart thing to do is move up the racetrack just a little bit and push Rutkowski up high to a place where the grip does not exist. But that did not happen for Zidell, and Rutkowski holds on to the lead. Casey Hoffman able to hold on to 3rd off of the number 0 of Nicholas Wade. Bonsignor trying to get back to the inside of Joseph Simwell, and currently he's unable to do so. Cameron Gaudio might get around the 01 here. That number 7 is pretty fast. Like I said, he's won here before the Chicagoland Speedway. Came in the Truck Series back in season number 1, I do believe. Casey Hoffman trying to get to the inside of Justin Zidell. A bold move there off of turn number 4, trying to get to the inside of the number 5. There will be pit stops in this race, and that will definitely affect who gets the victory here today at the Chicagoland Speedway. Hoffman will take the 2nd position away. Casey Hoffman still going for his first career Napa fan win, of course. The development driver to Caleb Hoffman, the 17-time Napa fan winner. And Casey would like to add one to the Hoffman name here in Napa fan, and he's going for the lead, trying to get to the inside of Rutkowski. Rutkowski going to shut the door on him. Rutkowski's led every lap so far, and he mentioned that at the end of Darlington that he is last in the points of everybody who's made every single race this season. That's 39 drivers. Alex Russell came in a little bit late. That's why he's last in the points. But Rutkowski, 39th in the points coming into this race, going for his 2nd win of the season. He won at Richmond earlier on in the season. Now trying to get a win here at Chicagoland, but he's going to lose the lead right there. Hoffman, that's exactly what you do if you want to take the lead here at Chicagoland through that corner. You got to move up to that 2nd lane and push that guy to the way outside lane if you're going to do it. And that's exactly what Hoffman did to lead lap number 8. So new leader here at Chicagoland, it's Casey Hoffman. The racing here, it's not super frequent passing, but as you can see, it's very possible. And the way these guys race is just very realistic, and I like it. I like it a lot. We're not having a crash fest race either, so I'm liking that too. Trust me, last night it was like 80 degrees, like 80% humidity in my room. I'm trying to do this race, and they crashed 4 times before lap 20, and I'm like, screw this. I just didn't do anything last night. Felt terrible about it. Here it is Saturday morning, probably the earliest I've ever recorded a race at 11 o'clock in the morning. That doesn't ever happen to me. But you know what? I'm like, you know what? I gotta feel good about myself. I gotta get something done before I go to work today, because I'm not gonna be able to do anything while I'm at work. You know, kind of obvious. But either way, we're here, and Casey Hoffman's holding on to the lead. Justin Zeidel is a great run for him. Did not get a good run at Darlington, but he is one of those championship contenders, and he's going to have a chance here at the championship if he can get this good run. And Alex Bonsignor as well, as the points leader, holding on inside the top 10 right now. That's exactly what he needs in this championship. He's ahead of Sebastian Kukulon and Nick Smith at the moment. And he would still be the points leader at the end of the race. He'd have a larger points lead than what he had coming into this one, the way he is currently running. They've calmed it down throughout the entire field for the most part. It looks like the most we have is a two-wide situation throughout multiple areas on the racetrack. Nick Smith, right now, last in the field. Not at all what the guy who's only 3 points behind Alex Bonsignor wants to see here today. Of course, Christian Master, remember back in Season 2, he had something he didn't really want to see. He flew through the air in this race back in Season number 2. Oh, and a wall hard! That is Nathan Baird and Emmett Juckham. And the first yellow of the night will come out after that one. That changes everything right there. It's going to be a great opportunity. Oh, no, the caution did not come out. Since it was at the end of the field, they're not going to throw the yellow. Oh, my goodness. They were out of the way enough that they did not decide, or they decided to not bring out the yellow flag. Oh, but Nathan Baird's going to stay out here. That's going to be a problem. You see the leaders coming around. Casey Hoffman is still out front with Rutkowski, Zeidel, Simwell, Bonsignor, and Gaju. Actually, that might be Nicholas Wade. Yeah, it's Nicholas Wade ahead of Cameron Gaju there. I am surprised they did not bring out the yellow for that accident, but then on the other hand, it was at the end of the field and everyone had cleared before they were sideways or stopped on the racetrack, so the officials deemed that they did not need to bring out the yellow. And trying to find Nathan Baird. There he is in the 44. I don't understand why he did not come down that first time around, but he is definitely going to be done for the rest of the night. It's a tough break for the number 44. He was at the end of the field, however, when that accident happened. Casey Hoffman hanging on to the lead right now. Joe Rutkowski, the number 5 machine of Justin Zeidel. Joseph Simwell and Nicholas Wade, the top 5. Zeidel to the inside of Joe Rutkowski, trying to use those lessons he learned. Oh boy, he had to check up a little bit there because of Nathan Baird, and he is still going on this racetrack. I do not like this. They need to get him off. They need to throw the caution or get him off the racetrack because there's no reason for him to stay out there like that. I definitely would expect a black flag out of this team because of this, because there's no excuse for them to be staying out here like this. They are definitely not in the condition to stay out there. The good thing is he's not majorly affecting much. He did affect Zeidel there. Zeidel had to check up because of him, and he lost a couple of positions, so wouldn't imagine Zeidel being too happy with that right now. That's just the way it goes. Cameron Gaju trying to get to the inside of him. Bonsignor still here. Those 7 have pulled away from the rest of the field. Alex Russell, Jake West, Angel Olvera. The top 10. And there's Nathan Baird again. I would hope he comes down the pit lane this time. But he should have come down the last time, and he didn't. And it's going to be a problem if, you know, people are trying to come down the pit lane for their scheduled pit stops, and he's right in the way. But yeah, they definitely should be black flagging him at this point, but they're not doing so. Don't quite understand that decision by the officials. They're spread out quite a bit up front. Casey Hoffman still leads. Joseph Simwell, Joe Rutkowski, Nicholas Wade, Zeidel battling with his teammate Cameron Gaju. Zeidel's going to take it. Hold on to the 5th position ahead of the number 7. There's Joseph Simwell. Or sorry, that's Alex Russell. They got similar. They're both Fords. We don't have too many Fords in the series, so that's why I thought it was Joseph Simwell there for a second. But Alex Russell there, Alex Bonsignor, Jake West, and Angel Olvera hold on to the top 10 right now. And I would expect pit stops to begin here very shortly. Pit window about 20 laps here at Chicagoland, as far as I know. And it does appear that nobody's coming down right now. They might want to wait to the next lap before Nathan Baird's out of the way. Or after Nathan Baird is out of the way, I should say. I mean, I get what Baird's trying to do. He's trying to salvage as much as he can, but nobody else is knocked out, and he's still last in the field. So there really isn't much that he's going to lose by coming down the pit lane. For the lead, Joseph Simwell trying to make it on Casey Hoffman. But they're coming down now, and this is right at halfway. So this could become a fuel mileage race. We got to watch for these guys coming down. Sometimes they don't figure it out too well. Alex Mann around, but they should stay green. Just a minor little spin at the end of the field. Now that accident should have brought out a caution. Easily should have brought out a caution, and we wouldn't be having the situation we're having right now if a caution came out at that point. But the officials did not bring it out because it was at the end of the field. Nobody was coming in the way of Nathan Baird or Emmett Juckham. So they kept the race going on. And for the most part, there has not been an issue with anybody else. The only two cars affected were Emmett Juckham and Nathan Baird. Casey Hoffman's going to easily win the race off here in the number 33. It's great news for him. Let's see if anybody else stayed out this time. I don't think anyone did, but Nathan Baird here, he's going to get in the way of these guys because all these guys are coming off the pit lane. They're trying to get around him here. They're double wide. Tyson Conway getting held up by the 44. Oh, my. He was in a top 10 position once all this happened, and now the whole entire field stuck behind the 44. They're all going to drive by and around. Almost around went Eli Bright and Griffin Lynn. But they're all jammed up now. You might want to watch for this possibly being an accident because they're 3 wide, almost 4 wide off the corner here. Christian Master, Ashland Boyd there. They're figuring it out for now. But my goodness, that's exactly what I was talking about. You know, you're going to have an issue with him continuing to run around the racetrack like that. And the number 44, Nathan Baird, is still out there. And we shouldn't have any more pit stops in this race. But that just took Tyson Conway out of a good finish here at Chicagoland, and he is one of those guys who could win this championship. He's in the top 10 in points, I do believe. And now you look at the mess behind them. They all jammed up because they got stuck behind the 44. And now we could possibly see an accident out of this one because they're 3 wide throughout quite a few positions here. It's just been a wacky race here at Chicagoland, but no yellows, which is quite an interesting scenario here for this race. But how about this lead by Casey Hoffman? 2.5 seconds on Nicholas Wade right now. He got out way ahead of Gaju, Rutkowski, and Zidell. All 3 of those junior motorsports guys getting great runs here today. But we just passed halfway. Still quite a ways to go here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. I think those guys in the back might have a bit of an advantage. They're going to get a bit of a draft and save some fuel. Casey Hoffman has absolutely no one around him, so he's probably going full throttle at the moment. However, he did just lose about half a second lead right there, so, you know, with these guys getting that draft, they're going significantly faster than the 33, so they're going to catch up to him before the end of the race, no question. But a great night for Casey Hoffman. Either way, this was exactly the night he needed. Get his first career victory. It's been close for him so many times this season here in the Turkey Hill Series. Hasn't been able to do so. But now he's got the opportunity. But will he be able to hold on? Nicholas Wade, Cameron Gaju, Justin Zidell, Joe Rutkowski, Jake West, and Angel Olvera all in this pack. Bonsignor fell off a little bit. And look at who's right behind him. The guy who's only 1 point behind him in the championship. Sebastian Cucalon with a fantastic pit stop right there. Up to the 9th position now. And his target is right in front of him. He passes Alex Bonsignor. They're tied for the points lead at the end of the night. And that is exactly what we like to see as fans of this series. A tight championship battle. Nathan Baird's still out there in the 44. As long as he stays on the apron, he shouldn't cause a problem in this race. The only problem he caused was with Tyson Conway there. And you see where Conway is. He is still leading this pack. Eli Bright's looking to get to the inside of him. They almost wrecked it as they were trying to come onto the racetrack there. It was Griffin Lynn, Eli Bright almost got into each other, but thankfully they kept it together. Tyson Conway is currently in the 21st position, so this whole field got split up in 2. Top 20 of the field got away from the number 44. The bottom 20 did not. 1.38 seconds, and in just a few laps, he's lost well over a second lead from the number 0 of Nicholas Wade, the 7 of Cameron Gaju. You know, you got to watch out for Gaju here. Of all the drivers in this field, he's got more wins than anybody. He's got the experience. He's won here before at Chicagoland. He'd love to get a win after a dismal season. He and Joe Rutkowski both have had dismal seasons. Both of those guys would love to get another win. Of course, like I said, Rutkowski won at Richmond earlier this season, but he's last in the points of everyone who's made every start. And you can see here, significant gain for the number 0 of Nicholas Wade on Casey Hoffman, and I wouldn't be surprised if Nicholas Wade got this win because he's got a fast number 0. Number nothing doing pretty good here today at Chicagoland. Lap 29 of 40 complete, 11 laps to go in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. And this has been a calm race. We're not seeing that frequent passing like we see, but it's still a caution's out there. A caution's out. Jamie Lee, Alex Mann. Micah Knapp with heavy damage in the 2. Jamie Lee, not at all what he wanted. He's one of those guys who's been up there in the points most of the season. He's going to fall back even more. Alex Mann in the 89's also been doing a great job. That's going to hurt his championship hopes. And Casey Hoffman can breathe a bit of a sigh of relief, but Nicholas Wade's going to be right behind him on the restart now. Another question is, will these guys come down the pit lane here to make sure they can make it to the end of the race? I would think they would. I'm thinking these guys are probably going to take some tires and fuel. First caution of the night here at Chicagoland. Should be the second, but, you know, that first one, I'll understand why they didn't bring that one out. Looks like one of the Chevys got some damage out there because we got a damage glitch. I haven't seen that in a long time. But, doesn't look like they're gonna come down, so that's good news for those guys. They know they can make it. I mean, with this caution, they won't have a problem of fuel. They came down right at halfway for their first stop, so they should be good to go to the end, which is great. We're going to have a great battle for the lead. I would hope Nathan Baird would come down the pit lane here. You see him there in the 44. And he really needs to park that thing. That is just dangerous right there. And he is going to come down. You see Dale Salzman, our last winner, and he came into this race only 15 behind. It looks like he might have been involved in this accident as well. And that is major towards the championship right there. And you know what this does? It also puts Bonsignor and Kukulon right on each other for the points lead there. Bonsignor is 8th. Kukulon is 9th. Like I said, if Kukulon finishes one position ahead of Bonsignor, they'll be tied for the points lead at the end of the day. I think Nathan Baird finally went to the garage. So that's a good thing there. Oh, and an issue with Jake West in the 07. And Jake West is another one of those guys who has been pretty consistent this season. But unfortunately for him, after a 5th place run, he's going to have to come down the pit lane and fix an issue on that machine. Oh boy, lots going on here at Chicagoland. Let's go ahead and see what happened, however, to bring out the first caution of the night here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. This was actually on the cooldown laps. This is what happened to Dale Salzman. They stack it up. I think one of the cars ahead, it was Nathan Baird, and they kind of jammed the field up. Nick Smith, Cookie Helms, Matt Tuck, and Dale Salzman all jammed it up. Now, a lot of these guys were deep in the field anyway, so it's not going to necessarily affect their positions. And I don't think any of these guys are going to get knocked out either. Maybe Matt Tuck. There's quite a bit of damage to the number 28. Dale Salzman also had a lot of front-end damage, too, so we'll have to see how those guys get affected as the race goes on. But let's go ahead and see what happened to Jamie Lee, Alex Mann, and Micah Knapp. So right here, quite an interesting situation because they're not even 3 wide or 2 wide at this point. Alex Mann just dives it into the corner a little too deep, I think. Oh, he had an issue. Right when he came into the corner, something amiss happened on that 89, and Jamie Lee had absolutely nowhere to go. Canario sideswipes the 11, and that puts Jamie Lee in the outside wall. And then Micah Knapp comes in here, cannot avoid the 89. He can avoid the... Actually, no, he can't. I thought he was going to avoid him, but he didn't. Micah Knapp right into the 89 of Alex Mann, ending his night. Funny thing about Micah Knapp, he's technically, if he wants me to call it this way, the development driver to Diego Stevenson, who won the first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here back in season number 1. But it's not going to be a win for Micah Knapp here tonight at Chicagoland, either for Jamie Lee or Alex Mann. Replay this in real time, and something going wrong on the 89, and Jamie Lee running right into him. Nowhere to go for the 11. And Micah Knapp, I don't want to call that an ARCA brake situation because he was pretty much right there trying to avoid it. They're racing back to the line. We got a lot of problems with those ARCA brakes at this place because they race back to the line like crazy here. But Mike and Knapp all torn up in the 2 after that one. A tough break for all those guys involved, but that's going to give us a pretty good show to the finish. Casey Hoffman leading the field in the 33. Nicholas Wade and Cameron Gaju, 1, 2, 3 on the restart. Let's see who gets the win here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300 at Chicagoland. We are back here at the Chicagoland Speedway. Jake West did have to come down the pit lane, and a problem! That's Bonsignor in the 01. Right on the restart, he blew up. Major championship implications right there. Oh my goodness. We saw the problem with Jake West. He was able to get back out there, but this is definitely going to be an internal issue that keeps him out of the race for Alex Bonsignor. That's exactly what Sebastian Kukulon wanted to see. He was right behind him. Kukulon's going to take the points lead at the end of the day. But who's going to get the win? Casey Hoffman, Nicholas Wade, Cameron Gaju, Justin Zeidel, and Joe Rutkowski. Bonsignor out of the race. Coming to the restart. Only 6 laps left in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. And I think Nicholas Wade's going to cross over here. Yes, he is. Trying to get to the inside of Casey Hoffman. He's got the inside. They're going to be side by side for the lead down the backstretch. And look at Sebastian Kukulon. 5th right now for the 42. Trying to get his 3rd win of the season here in the Turkey Hill Series. And the points lead. Trying to push Justin Zeidel to the inside. Can't get the inside to work. Side by side with Nicholas Wade and Casey Hoffman at the line. Wade leads it. And the yellow is back out. And I'm wondering why, because I don't see anything out there. But Nicholas Wade won the race back to the line. I think we will get back to racing with a 1-lap dash, but I don't quite know if we will. Somebody went around, though. It might have been Griffin Lynn. I don't think he was that far back in the field when we restarted. Oh, my goodness gracious. Just like that, the tides have turned here at Chicagoland. Alex Bonsignor out of the race. Kukulon's going to take the points lead. And we were thinking Bonsignor was going to get a great run here today as well. He was in the top 10 the entire race up to that point. And he blows an engine coming to the restart. We're going to see here. I think Griffin Lynn was involved in something. I don't believe he had that damage earlier on. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the second caution right after the restart here in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. And Alex Mann was an issue here in the 89. And they're trying to get around him. Griffin Lynn got into him and then got clipped by Ashlyn Boyd. Got him, the Yin Canario, and Mark Davidson down the back. For the most part, it wasn't too drastic. We could have avoided a caution with that one because there was nobody coming. And just like that first accident we had, they didn't bring out the caution for that one because nobody was coming, but they brought it out for this one. The tough break for those guys involved. But they were at the end of the field anyway, and Alex Mann definitely not in the condition to continue out there in the 89, I can tell you that much. But we'll have to see. Will we get a 1-lap dash, or will this be the end of the race, and will Nicholas Wade get his 2nd win of the season? We'll have to find out as we come back to the Chicagoland Speedway in the Diet Mountain Dew 300. Well, we're going to get a sweet treat for this one. 1 lap to go at Chicagoland. Nicholas Wade, will he hold on and get the win? We'll have to find out. He's got Casey Hoffman, Cameron Gaju, Justin Zeidel, and Sebastian Kukulon. Top 5. If there's any place for a 1-lap dash, this is the place. You saw what they were doing on the restart. Almost 3 wide for the lead. I am looking forward to this one quite a bit. Guys knocked out of the race so far include Alex Mann. I think he probably left the racetrack. I'm hoping he did. Either way, it doesn't matter. Alex Bonsignor with an issue. Matt Tuck was knocked out. Mike Knapp and Nathan Baird. Here we go. 1 lap to go at Chicagoland. Who's going to win here in the Turkey Hill Series? That was a great jump for Casey Hoffman. He's going to try to dive bomb to the inside. I can tell you go outside and you go inside. Zeidel on Cameron Gaju. Hoffman trying to take it back from Nicholas Wade. It's going to be half a lap to go this time. They're side by side for the lead. Justin Zeidel, we make it 3 wide for the lead. It's going to be between Hoffman and Wade, and Hoffman's got that inside. He's going to clear the 0. And Casey Hoffman is finally going to get a win on Napa Fan. Casey Hoffman wins the Diet Mountain Dew 300 at Chicagoland. He took it right back from Nicholas Wade. The last restarter was Wade. The next restarter was Hoffman. And finally, Casey Hoffman adds to the Hoffman name on Napa Fan with his first career Napa Fan win here in the Turkey Hill Series. Seidel finished in the second position. Nicholas Wade finished third. Cameron Gaju, and out of nowhere, Josh Crash got fifth. Kukulon got sixth. Angel Olvera, Joseph Simwell, Joe Rutkowski, and Alex Russell, the top 10 here tonight. Casey Hoffman able to hold on for the win. Pretty much the dominant guy of this race getting the victory, and he's finally got a Napa Fan victory. Congratulations to Hoffman on that one. Seidel, Wade, Gaju, Crash, Kukulon, Olvera, Simwell, Rutkowski, and Russell, the top 10. That was a great finish right there. And they did, in fact, black flag Nathan Baer. He just didn't follow it. They disqualified him. He went to Dairy Queen today, guys. And the tough break for the 44. I mean, he really did need to get out there, though. I mean, that was a problem. And we saw what happened to Tyson Conway. He was running close to the top 10 before that first cycle of pit stops. He finished 20th. Conway's not going to be too happy about that one. But, hey, that's what happens. And they did finally get Nathan Baird on that one. They were trying to get him off the racetrack. He just wasn't following it. The biggest thing here tonight is no question Alex Bonsignor with a header issue. While he was in the top 10, he would have been the points leader at the end of the day, no question about it. But unfortunately, he's going to get knocked out of the championship lead. He's still going to have a chance at the championship, no question, but that is not at all what Bonsignor needed for this championship fight, and he's probably not even going to be second in the points either. Because Nick Smith finished 3 positions ahead of him, so that's not at all what Bonsignor needed. It's going to be Sebastian Kukulon, the points leader, at the end of the night here in the Turkey Hill Series, and just a very intriguing race here tonight at the Chicagoland Speedway. You want intriguing? Next weekend, it's the Lake Effect Ice Cream Super Weekend from the Watkins Glen International, Indy Lights, IndyCar, Turkey Hill, and Chick-fil-A Cup Series, all at the 3.4 mile road course at the Watkins Glen International. You might be wondering, I thought it was 2.4 or 2.5. I forget how much the short course is, but no, we're going to the one with the boot. The extended version of Watkins Glen is where we go to, and it's a great place, and we're going to have a lot of fun for the Lake Effect Ice Cream 200 in the Turkey Hill Series, and then the Lake Effect Ice Cream 400K in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. IndyCar is going to be there as well. They're always going to put on a good show. So just stick around for next weekend in Watkins Glen. And we only got 6 races left in the season here for the Turkey Hill Series. Who is going to win this championship? We'll find out here shortly. Kukulon's the points leader at the end of the night here at Chicagoland. But the winner is Casey Hoffman, his first ever Napa Fan win. It comes at the Chicagoland Speedway here tonight in the Giant Mountain Dew 300. Thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the point standings for the Turkey Hill Series. Tomorrow night, it's the Sirius XM 400 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. A race just like this one, only 14 laps longer and with the Cup guys. So definitely stick around for that one. It's going to be a doozy. Thank you guys very much for watching once again. Congratulations to Casey Hoffman, and I will see you guys later.